G1B, antenna structure limitations, good engineering and good amateur practice, beacon operation, prohibited transmissions, retransmitting radio signals. G1B01C, 97.15, A. What is the maximum height above ground for an antenna structure, not near a public use airport without requiring notification to the FAA and registration with the FCC? A. 50 feet. B. 100 feet. C. 200 feet. D. 250 feet. G1B02A, 97.203B. With which of the following conditions must beacon stations comply? A. No more than one beacon station may transmit in the same band from the same station location. B. The frequency must be coordinated with the National Beacon Organization. C. The frequency must be posted on the Internet or published in a national periodical. D. All these choices are correct. G1B03A, 97.3A, 9. Which of the following is a purpose of a beacon station as identified in the FCC rules? A. Observation of propagation and reception. B. Automatic identification of repeaters. C. Transmission of bulletins of general interest to amateur radio licensees. D. All these choices are correct. G1B04C, 97.113C. Which of the following transmissions is permitted for all amateur stations? A. Unidentified transmissions of less than 10 seconds duration for test purposes only. B. Automatic retransmission of other amateur signals by any amateur station. C. Occasional retransmission of weather and propagation forecast information from U.S. government stations. D. Encrypted messages, if not intended to facilitate a criminal act. G1B05B, 97.111, 5. B. Which of the following one-way transmissions are permitted? A. Unidentified test transmissions of less than 10 seconds in duration. B. Transmissions to assist with learning the International Morse Code. C. Regular transmissions offering equipment for sale, if intended for amateur radio use. D. All these choices are correct. G1B06D, 97.15B, PRB 1, 101 FEC2D 952, 1985. Under what conditions are state and local governments permitted to regulate amateur radio antenna structures? A. Under no circumstances, FCC rules take priority. B. At any time and to any extent necessary to accomplish a legitimate purpose of the state or local entity, provided that proper filings are made with the FCC. C. Only when such structures exceed 50 feet in height and are clearly visible 1,000 feet from the structure. D. Amateur service communications must be reasonably accommodated, and regulations must constitute the minimum practical to accommodate a legitimate purpose of the state or local entity. G1B07B, 97.113A, 4. What are the restrictions on the use of abbreviations or procedural signals in the amateur service? A. Only Q signals are permitted. B. They may be used if they do not obscure the meaning of a message. C. They are not permitted. D. They are limited to those expressly listed in Part 97 of the FCC rules. G1B08B, 97.111A, 1. When is it permissible to communicate with amateur stations in countries outside the areas administered by the Federal Communications Commission? A. Only when the foreign country has a formal third-party agreement filed with the FCC. B. When the contact is with amateurs in any country except those whose administrations have notified the ITU that they object to such communications. C. only when the contact is with amateurs licensed by a country which is a member of the United Nations, or by a territory possessed by such a country. D. Only when the contact is with amateurs licensed by a country which is a member of the International Amateur Radio Union, or by a territory possessed by such a country. G1B 09D 97.203D. On what HF frequencies are automatically controlled beacons permitted? A. On any frequency if power is less than 1 watt. B. On any frequency if transmissions are in Morse code. C. 21.08 MHz to 21.09 MHz. D. 28.20 MHz to 28.30 MHz. G1B 10C 97.203C. What is the power limit for beacon stations? A. 10 watts PEP output. B. 20 watts PEP output. C. 100 watts PEP output. D. 200 watts PEP output. G1B11A 97.101A. Who or what determines good engineering and good amateur practice, as applied to the operation of an amateur station in all respects not covered by the Part 97 rules? A. The FCC. B. The control operator. C. The IEEE. D. The ITU.